Okay, sun is shining, a little bit windy in the garden, so I'm going to give the Milbro SYNM16 a run for its money at a 6-inch target over there. I'm going to shoot at 35 metres, and I've had to open up the gate to get that distance, and I'll show you where I'm going to shoot from. Down the alleyway, over the gate, whee! And yeah, so I'm basically going to be shooting all the way down there, which is 35 metres. Alright, so I'll put my phone away and I'll show you how she's grouping. Okay. Well, I've been trying to zero in the scope, so now I am actually hitting the target. I'll spin it around and see how I can do it now. Sighted the scope in, but that trigger is awful, absolutely awful. Okay, not much better. That trigger is absolute dog shit. Okay, so that the rifle's got to be stripped down, because that trigger is the worst trigger I've ever had the misfortune to use. Awful. I sleeved it, but it just does not break consistently. It's so snatchy, you know, and then or nothing, and then all the way back. It's really a terrible trigger, but we'll strip it apart, see what we can do. Yeah, what a terrible trigger that is. I should have filmed it actually. It was so bad. Literally, there was no consistent break at all. And I mean, that's not heavy at the moment. It's not cocked, but when it's cocked, I don't know what poundage it is, but it is such a heavy trigger. Half the time it was very scratchy and crunchy and going halfway, and then the final let off wasn't too bad, but then the next time it just wouldn't break, you know, like a 2-stage. It would just put in fuck knows how much pressure on the trigger, and then bang, all the way back. But the consistency is absolutely dog shit, because the trigger, especially being a Springer, there's just no consistent let off at all. So I've got thousands of screws to undo, and I'm going to strip it down and just see if there's anything can be done with that trigger. If there's nothing can be done with that trigger, it's just going to be a wall ornament. So there you go. That's all the screws out. Let's have a look what we got here. Okay, well, I can lighten the spring, I guess, and let's see what the sear looks like. Yeah. Oh well, let's have a little bit. Oh, look at the grease and gunk on that spring. Yeah, let's have a look, see what we can do, and put it back together again and see if we can improve it. I'll smooth out the sear, and I might put a lighter spring in. Okay, right, I cut the spring down, took 2mm off, cut the rings off it, and I polished out the rough edges on the sear, and it's much better now. Oh, I greased it a little bit as well. That's much better.